Hey guys, welcome to the C&B Sports Podcast. We're your hosts. My name is Connor Delwees.
And I'm Braden Vaughn, and we just had a wild weekend of sports, and we've got a lot to cover today, so we're going to jump right into it.
So many of you are probably wondering who we are and why we decided to do this podcast. We just recently started college as freshmen. For those who know us, and if you don't know us, we've always been in love with sports. Since the moment we were born, or since I was young, I always remember being around sports with my family. With Braden. For those who don't know, Braden is me and him are first cousins. Uh, it's just something we want to do to share experiences with y'all, and then talk about the sports and the games that we love, and just really just be continue doing what we love to do. And we just thought that this would be a unique experience, and we appreciate any support that y'all show us, and we can't wait to see where this takes us.
Yeah, I think I speak for both of us when we want to say we want to get as many people involved with this as possible. This isn't just about me or Connor gaining anything from this. We want to build something that involves a bunch of people talking, discussing sports every day, during games, after games, just an ongoing sports conversation that really never ends. And we hope that you'll give us a chance, and we'll put out these episodes weekly. And yeah, I think we're about ready to get into it.
Yep, jump right into it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. So, to start our podcast off, we're going to do the introductions, obviously, like you just seen. And then we're going to get right into a review or a recap of big things that have happened in the last week or so. You know, kind of covering the stories that took place while we were gone and whatnot. So, yeah, we're going to get right into it. We had the WNBA Finals began this past week. It's okay if you didn't know that. There are no more undefeated NFL teams as the time of we are recording this because we had the Bills and the Eagles both dropped games this weekend.
Yeah.
Both are now
Big upsets.
have one loss on the season. Another thing, the MLB Divisional Series began this past Saturday, I believe.
Yeah.
We're down to 8 teams now. As we're recording this, the Yankees actually just saved their season.
They just beat what was the final score? 9-6.
Yeah. 9-6, got back in the game, and that's an interesting series now. But that's a discussion for another podcast. And then we have the NBA season that begins this month, October 22nd. You guys can expect a good bit of coverage on that when that starts. And then we had some big upsets in college football, namely Penn State, Texas as the biggest names. Like I said, a lot to discuss there. But now with that being over and done with, we're going to get into the main portion of the podcast today where we're pretty much just going to cover one, two, maybe a couple of main ideas we want to cover for the week. And we'll kind of go from there, talk about it. So we're going to start today with our coverage of the WNBA Finals.
That about covers it.
All right, now to the actual part of the show today. We're going to discuss the state of Louisiana sports teams, and we find it important to note that me and Connor were both from Louisiana, always lived in Louisiana, grew up around Louisiana sports. So we thought that for our first episode here, we just love to start with our own teams, our own local teams.
Mm-hmm.
And, it'd be easier if you're a new viewer. I mean, obviously, all of you are new viewers, so we think it's an easy way to introduce everybody to us, really just get things going here. But
more than
moving
likely,
forward,
the majority of the teams we're going to talk about, y'all are fans of.
Moving forward, you can expect not just Louisiana teams, but for this week, we're going to cover the LSU. We're going to cover LSU. We're going to cover the Saints, and we're going to briefly mention the Pelicans. But yeah, let's get right into it. So this weekend, LSU hosts South Carolina in Death Valley. I'd like to get your thoughts on not only the game, but the team as a whole, mainly the offense.
So first, there's a lot to talk about when you're discussing LSU right now at the current moment. A lot of question marks. Both teams interesting. Both teams are coming off a bye week. South Carolina has 2 losses, Vanderbilt and Missouri. LSU has 1 loss. They lost to Ole Miss. So Ole Miss loss really was eye-opening for LSU fans because we realized how bad the offense is and like how many issues there are surrounding it, whether it be from Garrett Nussmeier, the play calling, the offensive line, really anything, the run game, everything. Caden Durham was hurt for this past game. Your lead back, I don't even know if it would have made a difference. It's the offensive line. it was still they're all terrible.
It doesn't matter who your running back is when you don't run it.
When you don't, and then you have your quarterback that poses no threat to run either. The question on the day is Garrett Nussmeier hurt? We don't know. We're not, the ones that practice. We hope he's not, but I think when I speak for all of us, we think something's wrong. It's either that or he's really down or
you almost hope there's a reason.
You're hoping there's a reason, or that is very alarming if he got, degressed. Is that even a word? I don't even know if that's a word. We're pretend it's a word for the day.
You get the idea.
You get the ideal. We're hoping. If he is, and that leaves the question to why is Michael Van Buren not playing? We're not. I mean, this is not just some random homeless guy on the street that you picked up to be your backup. I mean, this is a dude who is young, talented, dual threat quarterback who, as a true freshman, was thrown to the wolves last year at Mississippi State and held his own. He competed against Texas and Georgia and looked very good in those games, But Mississippi State, as we know, was not a very good team. This year, they're a completely different team. They look a lot better, obviously, but last year they were not. And he held his own, so it was a very good ad, I thought. So it just leaves the question. A healthy Michael Van Buren, I believe, gives you more than a not healthy Nussmeier. So will they make a change?
Don't think that's crazy to say.
I don't, but the thing is, I don't think they're going to make a change. It would have to be
Kelly doesn't
terrible.
Have the balls for it.
Yeah, he won't, especially when you're getting paid. I don't know what they're paying us, but it's in the millions. Are you really about to bench your quarterback who's getting paid in the millions? Probably not. It's the day and age we're in college football. They may need to, though. Like, say if you go start off the game in South Carolina and it's 3 drives, nothing. I believe you got to. I mean, you can't keep relying on your defense, even though your defense is as elite as it is.
Because then you're going to waste the defense.
Then you're wasting the defense. This is year 4 for Kelly, and it's been the same thing. 1 year it's the defense, now it's the offense. You're getting paid $9.5 million a year, and this is year 4. This is where you're kind of getting your things in order, and he still hasn't.
It's your players, for sure.
We're running an offense with a pocket passer quarterback. We're running an offense for a dual threat quarterback, but we have a pocket passer quarterback. Not only just a pocket passer quarterback, he has the mobility of a statue. I could literally pull any 80-year-old guy from anywhere, and he probably can be more mobile than Garrett Nussmeier. It's just the reality of it. I'm not lying. I mean, you can go watch any game.
I think I've seen a guy outside.
Yeah, we make him pull him and race him. He'd probably win. But the thing that made Nuss so dominant was the fact that he could pass. And he ain't even doing that right now. And he still is making the same mental mistakes. So we don't know. A lot of question marks. We're going to see truly how much has changed, coming off this bye week. But go more, that's beside the point. But go more toward the game. Both as I'm looking right now, both teams have top 50 defenses. LSU, I believe, is 23, and South Carolina is 45. And no doubt, offense is where both teams struggle. LSU is 80 in total offense, and then South Carolina is 91 in total offense. So both teams not too dominant to start off the year in offense. South Carolina's getting better. Lenore Sellers is a very dominant quarterback. His passing has not improved a lot. We know what he's going to be able to do with his legs.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be.
And you saw what Chambliss did against LSU with his legs.
Dual threat quarterbacks give LSU's defense issues, so it's definitely going to be a challenge. We'll see. Like I said, it's going to be a lot. It's a big deal because you don't coming off the bye week. It's going to be what changed, what's going to look different. Going back to defense, LSU's ranked number 23 in total defense, and South Carolina's ranked. I said 45. They're 44. So both teams really good defense, offenses, and LSU. Both teams in a way got to have it. I think more pressure's on LSU on this
really
game.
Important game here.
Really important game for Brian Kelly, but I think LSU has more pressure on this game. Who's going to win? Ultimately, I think LSU will come out and win. It's just a matter of
how you get it done.
How you get it done, but I do think LSU's going to win being at home. I'm just curious. I'm really looking forward to seeing what changes, if any, were made this over the bye week on the offense. They got to. If they don't, then I have no comment to go on there, and I'm done defending them if they don't.
Yeah, like you said, with it being at home in Death Valley, it's a gotta-have-it game for the LSU Tigers, and I think more than anything, this is as much of a prove-it game for not only Nuss, but Joe Sloan in the offense, Brian Kelly, and the coaching staff.
He has been terrible.
This is as big of a prove-it game you've had all season.
But then in those, it's how much is it truly his fault? Because he's playing with a quarterback who's possibly hurt, but then again, though, he's not playing to the strength. As a coach, you're getting paid that you got to play to the strengths of your players. They're clearly not calling to do that, but I don't know.
I'm saying this week
you're more than correct though. When
you've got to come out and make a statement.
You got to come out on fire. If you don't, then I don't know what to
come and get shut down at home by not even shut down, but just limited to an extent by a South Carolina team, 3-2 in the season, and not a bad team by any means. It's not what I'm trying to say, but
they shouldn't be.
This has got to be a prove-it game for the offense, and we've got to see something this week. Because if you come out and struggle like you have in the past few weeks again,
you'll be able to tell a lot about how LSU season going forward is going to look by this game, I think.
I think you start having a lot of difficult conversations in that locker room around the coaching staff if you come out and have a bad performance this week. So a lot to be seen, a lot of questions to be answered.
We'll see.
Probably talk about it next week a good bit.
Yeah.
So final prediction for the game, you got South Carolina or LSU?
I got LSU.
Like I said, LSU, Death Valley. Give me the Tigers. I think that's pretty safe. And like I said,
Baker.
It's more or less not if or when, or it's not if we win, but how can you get the job done? Can you come out and dominate on offense and defense? Put it together for one game.
1-0.
1-0. Show the fans something this week. I think that's the main thing. You gotta make a statement this week.
Yes.
I think if we come back next week and we're still having the same conversations about a struggling offense. I want
to see the offensive line look better too. I want to see if we can establish somewhat of a run game. If we can't, then I don't know. But I got LSU though.
Yeah, I think it's a very intriguing game in the sense that it could lead to a lot of different conversations leading forward. And that's always an intriguing thought, for better or worse. But yeah, final thoughts. We're both taking LSU. Feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, I do.
Pretty good about that. All right. So with that being said, we're going to move on to the next Louisiana team we're going to cover this week. New Orleans Saints. They just got their first win of the season. Took down the Giants in the Dome. A Giants team that just beat an undefeated Chargers team. Now also, keep in mind, Giants team, no Malik Neighbors. But still,
they won in convincing fashion against
So you start that game out and it's 3-14 for the Giants.
Looking like going to be another loss.
And you're thinking, man, here we go again. Same thing every week. Saints get destroyed. But then you get the explosive play from Shaheed, and all of a sudden you've got a couple turnovers you've strung together, and it's 26-14, and you're coming out with your first victory. I just want to say, Spencer Rattler looked awesome. Can't say that enough. Rashid Shaheed, awesome player out there. 5 turnovers against the Giants they forced. I think I could be incorrect here, but I want to say it was 3 interceptions, 2 fumbles. Or vice versa.
2 interceptions by Jackson.
It was 2 interceptions.
He threw 2 interceptions.
And then 3 fumbles.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was 2 interceptions, 3 fumbles. 5 takeaways in a game where you could have easily let the Giants come in there and just stomp all over you, and you're 0-5. Easily.
Spencer Rattler was 20 for 30, 225 passing yards and a touchdown. Rushing the ball, Keandre Miller had 10 carries, 41 yards, an average of 4.1 yards per carry. Alvin Kamara, 8 carries, 27 yards. And then Spencer Rattler carried for 6 times for 21 yards. And then Shaheed, a big game, 4 receptions, 114 yards, and a touchdown. Chris Olave, 7 receptions for 59 yards. Alvin Kamara, 4 catches for 28 yards. Juwan Johnson, 2 catches for 17. And then just some other players adding in little bits and pieces.
Just an overall, all-around contribution.
Kool-Aid McKinstry, 2 interceptions.
Big
Both
game
interceptions
for him.
were
love that guy
from Kool-Aid.
Just
hell of a name.
Yeah, totally sick name. He almost went to LSU, didn't he?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Maybe not. Was it Bama? It was Bama. That's excuse me.
He was definitely a Bama guy. I'm seeing the Dane behind it or whatever. Just ignore that. Yes. Okay. We don't know what's happening behind, but whatever.
All right, we'll go back into it. All right, sorry about that, guys. We're back. So yeah, what we were saying, just overall, really good performance from LSU. Excuse me, really good performance there from the Saints, and I think it's promising because you're still 1-4. A lot of things to be desired with the season, obviously. But I think it's a step in the right direction, if anything, and I think that's what the team needed. The fans needed something to cheer about. They had "Let's Go Giants" chants starting in the stadium. So I think for the Saints to come in and end up dominating the Giants like that, I think it's a really big win for the team.
Yeah, because I don't know where they're going to win.
But just looking forward,
yeah.
that's a big win.
I just want to discuss that, but like looking forward, it's they got some. I mean, it's gonna be tough games.
I think when you discuss the state of this Saints team, it's always going to be attached to a conversation of top 5 draft pick. Who like what do you end up doing in that spot? And like you said, that's a conversation for later. Obviously, a lot of ball games to be played, but I think that's an important thing.
Top prospect
to be looking forward?
Who do you want to take? Obviously, the question is, you want a quarterback? Well, there is no quarterback just sticking out right now in the current moment of college football. Thought Arch Manning? No. Garrett Nussmeier? No. So right now, I would say your 2 top quarterback prospects would be Lenore Sellers or Fernando Mendoza. But hey, say you get the number 1 pick, you possibly want to trade back and take a generational edge, possibly Ruben Bain, Keldrick Fault from Auburn. We don't know. We'll talk more in that depth in that another episode.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to look forward to.
It's like you said, it's a promising step in the right direction.
If you would have got stomped by the Giants in the Dome,
that'd be pretty bad.
I think another interesting
besides
thing
the Seahawks, though, the Saints have looked competitive, and it has not
they've
been
clawed back in every game, fought in every game.
I mean, they
almost beat a Niners team that's 3-0 right now with Mac Jones, by the way.
The Rams, or they beat the Rams, With that same team beat the Rams.
Mac Jones 3-0, and the Saints played them to 5.
That's a big opportunity to win that game.
Mm-hmm. That's a big spot for the Saints
when they played the Cardinals too.
So you got to look at the Saints team and expect them to be playing in every game because I think, like we mentioned, the draft process, and I think that also, if I'm a guy on the Saints team and I know my spot isn't secure, I'm like, well, I don't want to be replaced by some draft pick. I don't want that to be I don't want my spot to become a priority because of my production is decreasing. So I think it's a lot of things to look forward to, a lot of discussions to be had this season. But you got a Pats team coming in this week. They just took out the Bills on Sunday Night Football.
They look good.
Really good game there. That was really good game on Sunday night. I think it ended up being 23-20. Drake May looked awesome. He looked awesome.
Drake May was very promising. He looks like he's developed well. And already skipping ahead, I think it'll be a good game, but I think the Patriots, with all their momentum, they're going to win this game.
I think, like we said, very good win against the Giants.
Both teams had very good weekends.
Oh yeah, and I think
I'm going with the Patriots.
I think when you look at it, I could see the Saints keeping it close, but the way Drake May is looking now, maybe the Saints could force some fumbles to Ramondre Stevenson, who's had an issue with that. That could be the key to the Saints winning. He's pretty bad. So we got to see how that goes.
God bless anyone who has him on his fantasy team.
A lot of things to look forward to. You can expect a lot more discussions about it. But I think going into this, we feel better about the Saints team as an organization too at the current moment than before last week. So I think going into this week, you feel better, but you got to still be realistic. So that's why, for prediction, I'll take the Patriots here. But I'll say that it'll be a close one. I think it'll be close.
It'll definitely be close.
But I'll take the Patriots. You'll take
Patriots.
So we're both taking the Patriots there, and I think that's pretty reasonable. Because while you want to be a fan of the team, you have to be a realistic sports fan at the same time and know what to expect of your team. So, like I said, a lot of promising things coming out of that Giants game. A lot of things to look forward to this year. A lot of good stuff going for the Saints, but I think they get back in the loss column this week.
Yeah, I was previewing fantasy football. Just looking at stats. God bless.
Yeah, just
God bless.
A lot of questions.
Ramondre or whatever Stevenson. Can't pronounce his first name. That may be worse than having Jacoby Myers. We know a certain person in our league has Jacoby Myers. He knows who he is. Terrible trade, by the way. Brett. We traded Brian Thomas.
He's very bad. But
how'd that trade go out? Who'd he trade? Brian Thomas Jr. and
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
I can't remember. It was outrageous though for Jacoby Myers. Someone didn't Brian Thomas. What did Brian Thomas do last night? It was a pretty good game, I think.
Moral of the story here: Brett is very bad at fantasy football. He'll know it when he sees
what's his record?
He's 0-5 actually.
Fitting.
0-5.
When he made dumb trades.
Only winless team in the league actually.
Good Lord.
Interesting.
I need to talk too much crap because he may come back and beat me.
All right, so you got the Brian Thomas game.
Well, I mean, he had 80 yards for 4 catches. Not
Moral
terrible.
of the story: Brett's bad at fantasy football.
Yeah,
if you got him in your league,
moving on. If
you
you
got
have
a
him in
free
your
win
league,
that week.
free win.
So for our last portion of the Louisiana teams, sorry, Grambling, Tulane, Louisiana Tech.
Yeah.
Not going to cover y'all. Sorry.
Best of luck, but
we are.
We don't know much about y'all.
There's no way we can expect.
We support y'all. We hope y'all win every game, but we just don't know much.
In my right mind, there's no way I could put them as a topic on this podcast and expect to retain any kind of viewer that we get. Anywho, sorry, didn't mean to throw shade at them.
You threw every bit of shade at them.
Like I said, respect the teams, Louisiana teams, but
root for them.
There's no chance they're on this podcast right now.
Hey, well, listen, I will respect the hell out of Grambling and Southern's bands. Them bands are legit. Really good bands. They were legit. If you ever had a chance, you need to watch them.
That tells you enough about the teams.
Yeah.
Anywho, we're going to get into the last portion of the Louisiana teams we'll cover today, and it's going to be a brief mention. The Pelicans, they looked really good over in Australia.
Young, promising lineup. I'm excited for the season.
It's awesome.
We'll see where it's go, but I'm excited for the season. I think it's going to be a better year.
Mm-hmm. Sadiq Bey, a really underrated portion of that Jordan Poole trade. He actually dropped to 21.
Zion, my big thing is Zion looks a lot healthier.
Zion, if he can maintain that, it's
very good.
Got to feel good as a Pels fan. But yeah, they go into Australia, dominate the two teams they play, look really good. I mean, everyone looks good. A scary thing though, Alvarado went down in that second game, so that's something
I don't know
you got to look at, him, especially with.
He's another one. If he can stay.
You've got DeJounte Murray out till about January.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same conversation every single year with the Pelicans fans. Same conversation. If we stay healthy, blank, we're going to do good. We're going to be a top team in the West. Maybe not top team, but top 4, top 6, up there in the playoff race. And I think that's a reasonable thing to expect from this team. That's built really well, really deep. They've got plenty of talent, plenty of shooters to pull away from Zion. I love Yves Missy. I thought that was a great pick last year. I like our picks this year. Jeremiah Fears looked awesome in Australia.
Well, Missy had a whole year of, last year he played that whole year, so that was a good year. He's added a lot of muscle.
He's awesome. He is
awesome.
I
think he's going to be a very good center. And then we know with Jeremiah Fears, I don't know, what is Derek Queen's status? Did he have surgery?
I believe he's going to be out for the first portion of the season.
I think he could be a good
But that's kind of brings us to the point. Like, we look good on paper, but we've seen this every year. Yeah. We've said this every year. The Pelicans look good.
That's all we can really say about the Pelicans right now is they're young, they're promising, and we're excited. That's all I can comment on them.
If you, like, we can say the same thing every year. If the Pels stay healthy, but to a certain degree, you've got to actually fulfill that, and then have a full season. Not even a full season, but you got to have the guys to get it done. And I think the Pelicans have the guys. That's the thing. I don't think it's a terrible team at all. I think they can really make some noise in the West this year if they stay healthy. I think, obviously, the big thing is Zion. Media Day shocked everybody. He looks great, though. So, really, I hope that the Pelicans can continue that.
And it's really keep that dude away from fast food restaurants.
And it's really hard to look too deep into it right now because, obviously, it's teams in Australia. It's NBA preseason. You got to take everything with a grain of salt. But I'm really excited about them.
He's expected to be sidelined. This was
Derek Queen.
Yeah, this is Derek Queen. He underwent surgery on July 18th. Expected to be out 12 weeks. He's going to be reevaluated at the end of October. It's something with this in his hand.
Yeah, I remember.
I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce that. A torn something in
his
left wrist.
Hand injury.
And it's in his left wrist. Though my Dr. Steven Shin. Great doctor. If I'm not mistaken, doctor's completely going off side note. Dr. Steven Chin, I want to say he's the dude who just did John Mateer, the Oklahoma quarterback's hand surgery. That is totally off topic, but I just want to. Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, that he did that. So
interesting.
It could have been a worse injury. You never want to see an injury, but it could have been.
I think the reason you look at Derek Queen in such an important way is there's a lot of draft capital.
What we had to give up for him.
A lot of draft capital in that direction. So, like we said with the Saints and LSU, it's a lot to look forward to, but at the same time, that brings a lot of questions.
Yeah.
A lot of questions that have to be answered, and we're going to find out quickly because they play October 22nd, going to Memphis. They could be facing a Grizzlies team without John Morant.
Yeah.
That's another
I would
interesting
favor them
thing
in
to
that one.
add. So, like I said, you can expect a lot of coverage on that when that starts up.
But
We
right
plan to
now, we
cover the
don't have much on
Pelicans.
them.
Yeah, we're gonna let the preseason play out, and
Yeah.
we'll cover that in the future. So, final predictions go Pelicans Grizzlies opening night. Who you got?
I'm going to go with the Pelicans.
I'll go Pelicans. I think even if John Morant does end up
I
playing,
still think they win.
I think we should be fine there. I think Pelicans come out, start the season off 1-0. That's a good. Yeah. All right. So now we're going to go. This is going to be another weekly segment, weekly portion of this podcast where we've gone over the main part of the podcast, did the recap, and then we're going to go straight into the predictions, where we've got a couple games, series picked out. And real quick, we'll just go through each one, make a prediction. I'll try my best, keep track of how we're doing on those.
Yeah.
I'll come back and look each week, obviously, see how that goes. So we're going to start off in college football for our predictions. We've got Ohio State is taking on Illinois this week.
Yes.
I'm going to get your thoughts on that.
Obviously, on paper, I don't know what both teams. Obviously, Ohio State's for one. I don't know
number
what
1 and
Illinois
number
is.
17.
17. I think it. Some people are going to say it's competitive. I don't even think it'll be a competitive game. Ohio State's defense is going to be too much. They're just, I think, a good bit better. Nothing against Illinois. I think Brett Bielema has done a good job getting that program to where it is now at Illinois. But Ohio State's too much. They win pretty easy.
Yeah, and you got to look back at that game where Illinois got absolutely boat raced, and I don't know if it was in or
Indiana.
it was in Indiana. Indiana, obviously, a very good team in their own right, but 63-10. If you want to be a top team, top 25, top 10 team, you can't have that happen.
Indiana's obviously very good this year, and this is I'd say no throwing shade to them, but if they're doing that, if Indiana's doing that to them, imagine what Ohio State's possibly be able to.
Especially with how
they're going to
good
be way
Ohio
more.
State's
They're
looking
going to
this
be.
season.
They're not going to play that bad. They're going to be ready, prepared, probably motivated, but I still think Ohio State wins.
Yeah, I think a lot of things to consider in this, obviously, but with the way Julian Sayin and the Ohio State Buckeyes are looking so far this season, I think it would be very difficult to expect anything other than an Ohio State victory here. And I'm looking at the line right now. So obviously, Ohio State, huge, huge favorites in this game. I really do think they come out and dominate.
Yeah,
I think they come out and dominate Illinois this week. So I'll take Ohio State. You got Ohio State as well, I believe.
Ohio State.
All right, you got both of us. Ohio State. We're going to take that this week. All right, our next college football game, we've got Oregon taking on Indiana. College game day game. I think it is in Oregon.
Yeah,
it's
in Oregon.
In Oregon.
Correct.
Number 3, number 6. What you think?
I'm gonna go Oregon. I think both teams are very good. Oregon coming off their win against Penn State 2 weeks ago, I believe, a whiteout college game day. Penn State, people are gonna probably look at it now and be like, "Oh, that's not a good win. They just got upset by UCLA." Yeah, obviously Penn State's probably not near as good of a team as we thought, but still in the moment, both teams were undefeated. All the hype, night game, good win, not taking nothing away. With it being at Oregon, I think they're gonna win. Indiana is a very good team this year. I love their quarterback. Their coach is good. It's going to be, I think, a competitive game, but I think Oregon at home, they win this game.
Yeah, with it being at Oregon in Eugene, college game day, the Oregon student section, Oregon fans, they're going to bring it.
2:30. That is a weird time.
It's at 2:30?
It's at 2:30
That is a weird time.
It's on the West Coast. You don't want to put it in the middle of the...
Yeah, I think all things considered, you got to go with Oregon here. And also, like you said, I think this one's a lot closer, a lot more competitive than Ohio State, Illinois.
Mm-hmm.
So we both got Oregon and Ohio State so far. So we're going to move on to our last college football game. We've got Alabama taking on Missouri. I believe this is a number 8, number 13, number 11, something close to that. It's a close ranked matchup. So we're going to get your thoughts on that real quick.
8-14.
8-14?
Yes, 8-14. So obviously Missouri's undefeated, but Missouri up to this point, I'm not saying they're a bad team. They haven't really been tested, not near as like Alabama.
Like in Alabama.
Ever since the opening loss, it looked terrible in Florida State, but ever since then, Alabama's looked really well. Ty Simpson has looked a lot better. The O-line and defense have looked a lot better. And that's where I think the biggest difference is on the line of scrimmage. I think Alabama's O-line and D-line is going to be the difference in this game. And Ty Simpson, And I think Alabama's going to win this. It's going to be a tough one at Missouri at 11 a.m. That's never easy. But I'm going Alabama, keeping it short and sweet. Alabama.
Yeah, I think this one's going to be a lot closer than people might think. I think Bama does end up taking it, though. I love how Ty Simpson's looked this season.
Mm-hmm.
I love how Alabama has recovered after that Florida State loss to open up the season. And then to have that statement win over in Athens against Georgia on the road.
The only thing I hope is Alabama's not looking ahead because the next week they have Tennessee rolling into town. I don't think they do. I think they handle business.
If they're not careful, they could overlook Missouri, and this could be
closer than what they want. And at the end, they look up in the fourth quarter, and they're in it all.
They could be in trouble real quick.
But I think
Missouri's a good team. Alabama's going to win. All things considered, we're both taking Bama. So we got Bama, Oregon, Ohio State. That's going to be our college football predictions. So now we're going to go into the NFL. I've got 3 games picked out here. We can pick real quick. We're going to start Rams, Ravens.
Rams. Ravens have too many injuries right now. Rams.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure on the status of Lamar Jackson as I'm recording this, but
he's not.
Man, the Ravens have looked rough the last few weeks.
Injuries have
just
not
the season. You start so promising against Buffalo in the opener, and then you blow that lead, and now you're at 1-4, and you got a lot of injuries you're dealing with, and then you're playing against a Rams team this week where they've looked awesome this season. All right, we had some technical difficulties there, but like we were saying, I think Ravens. I think you got to take the Rams here. Ravens, very rough start to the year. I think they end up being 1-6 after this game.
I do too.
So, all right, we're going to move on to the next game we've got picked out here. We've got the Chiefs and the Lions. Sunday Night Football.
Ooh, where's that at?
I believe it's in Arrowhead, Kansas City.
Kansas City. So the Chiefs coming off a pretty upsetting loss last night, as we're filming this on Tuesday, to the Jaguars. I'm going to go the Lions here. I just have a feeling the Lions are going to win this. And the struggles continue for the Kansas City Chiefs. They just lost some heartbreakers.
Yeah, I think that last bit of that Monday Night Football game kind of shows you some things. And with how good the Lions have looked here recently,
very well.
I got to take the Lions here. I know they're on the road, but I think that offense really gets going, takes out the Chiefs.
I agree.
For our last NFL game, we've got the 49ers and the Bucks. I'm not 100% sure where that is.
I don't know. Like I said, I think it matters a little bit where it's at, but maybe not too much. 49ers and Bucks. It is at the Buccaneers in Tampa at 3:25. I'm doing the Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield and that offense has looked dominant. Emeka Egbuka.
Awesome.
I butchered his name. I apologize. I think that's right. But he's looked awesome. Their defense has always been going to be consistent and decent with Todd Bowles as head coach. 49ers have looked very well. I mean,
Mac Jones is 3-0.
I didn't think they'd beat the Rams, and they did. But I'm going to go with the Bucks here, with it being at home.
Yeah, with it being in Tampa, with how good the Bucks looked on the road last week against the Seahawks, how good Emeka looks, you might be getting Bucky Irving back. I mean, I think the Bucks are looking really good right now. Yeah. 49ers are too. I expect a close one here. I think 49ers keep it close, but I think Baker Mayfield gets the win here against the 49ers at home. So, Bucks. Yep. All right, we're both going to take the Bucks there. And then we're going to go through real quick through the MLB series. As of right now, all 4 series still ongoing, some of them close to being over. Got the Phillies and the Dodgers. Who do you think takes that series? Dodgers. I'll agree there. Don't think there's much to be said there. Yeah. The Dodgers. We're not Dodgers fans, by the way. We're realistic. Next, we got the other side of the NL. We got the Brewers and the Cubs. Brewers up 2-0 at the time of recording this. Brewers look really good. Churio's having an amazing series. I think they take this one. Might even sweep them. Wouldn't be surprised if they sweep them. I think we get Brewers, Dodgers in the NLCS. Now we'll go over to the AL where the Mariners just took a 2-1 lead over the Tigers. Next game in Detroit. What you think about the series?
This one I definitely just see going to the final game, but I'm gonna go with the Mariners. I've seen there with Cal Riley and that whole crew. I think the Mariners get it done.
I'm gonna take the Mariners because that guy is pretty good at pitching. Tariq Skubal. You can't throw him for 3 wins in a series. So give me the Mariners. Give me the possible MVP of the season.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the other candidate. We got the Blue Jays and the Yankees. As we are recording this, the Yankees just saved their season. 7 unanswered runs, I believe. Close to that, maybe?
Yeah. Against the Blue Jays. Ball game. They were down 6-1, so
8 unanswered.
Oh, it pains me. I'm a Yankees fan. He's obviously a Blue Jays. much as I hate to say it, the Yankees does themselves too big of a hole. Even if they win tomorrow, which will be a tough one, I think when they go back to Toronto, the Blue Jays end up winning the series.
Yeah, as a Blue Jays fan, tomorrow, Game 4, that's going to be a rough one. I can already tell you that right now. Bullpen game for the Jays. Yankees are throwing Schlittler, who had an awesome game against the Red Sox in the wild card.
Can you follow up and continue that?
I think the Yankees get the win, bring it back to Toronto, and what I'm hoping for is that we get Gausman, possibly Savage in Game 5 to wrap it up. And you may be screwed for the rest of the playoffs, but got to get there. Got to get there in the first place to be able to.
Yeah.
So I'll take the Blue Jays. You got Blue Jays.
I got Blue Jays. The Yankees. I would love to take the Yankees, but they done themselves too much of a hole.
Good series. Good series. Aaron Judge having an amazing postseason.
He could win MVP as well.
Batting over 500.
Yeah.
2 AL series, 2 AL MVP candidates. Awesome things you like to see there. And yeah, that pretty much wraps it up for our predictions. So each week you can expect a couple games like that. And obviously we'll incorporate some NBA games when it comes time for that. We'll have a couple predictions and I'll try and keep up with them, see how we do,
Yep.
But finally, for our last segment of today, we're going to try and wrap this up here pretty soon. We got one more segment though, and another segment you can expect weekly. We're going to call it Final Thoughts, where we've got 10 questions that's going to be rapid fire. Answer them.
Yep.
And I'll try and get us a ranking or record set up where each week we can keep track of how we do on these. So yeah, it's going to be 10 questions, quick answers, no real deep discussion. And after this, we're going to wrap it up. So let's go ahead and get into it.
All right, first question. Does LSU score more or less than 24 points to South Carolina? I'm going to go with no.
I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to say they go over 24 this week. I think they have to. I mean, could I see them going? Yeah, I could see them going below it, but I think I'll take the over on that one. I'll take over 24 for LSU.
Does Oliveira versus Gamrot go the distance?
No. Oliveira's got the most. I think he has the most finishes in UFC history. No way that fight goes the distance. I also hope Oliveira wins that, by the way. We just got Pereira to win. Maybe we'll get Oliveira.
You just said, I agree with. You've covered it all. Which team is more likely to lose this weekend, Bama to Missouri or Oregon to Indiana?
I think it's Bama to Missouri. I'll take Bama to Missouri. I think they could easily overlook that real quick. Look into Tennessee next week. I'll take Bama to Missouri.
I'm going to go Oregon to Indiana just because I think both teams have, they say both have big wins, but we don't know really how big the wins.
Yeah.
Was Penn State good or is Illinois good? We don't know. I do think Indiana can win that.
Yep.
Fourth one, who is your MLB AL MVP?
I'll take Riley.
Yeah, Riley. Is Nuss the LSU starter by the end of the year? I'm going yes.
I'll say no.
You say no? Florida or A&M? I gotta go A&M because it's at home. Even though I like the way Florida's playing better. Even though Sunbelt Billy Napier turns into prime Nick Saban when his job is on the hot seat. But I'm going to go A&M with it being at home. They're having a great year.
For reasons unspoken, I really hope Florida wins, but I'll take A&M for the prediction.
Well, A&M, they had their cold over there. But anyway, any more former NFL players getting stabbed this weekend?
So former player Mark Sanchez got stabbed. I'm going to say hopefully not. I think I'll take the under on that one.
Who knows? We may not know. But
Crazy world we live in. Yeah. Crazy world we live in. I'll take the under on that one. Say no players.
You just had to tap the poor DoorDash dude. But anyway.
Don't go DoorDash.
Yeah. More turnovers. Dart against Eagles or Rattler against Pats?
I think we get Dart versus Eagles. I think he'll turn the ball over more.
Just a little bit more.
Primetime game.
Yeah. More
tough defense. Tough
I think both players look
tough team coming off their first loss. Yeah. Chip on the shoulder.
Any overtime games in the NFL this weekend?
I'll say no.
I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say 2. Does Yankees manager Aaron Boone get fired this offseason if the Yankees fall short yet again?
I don't think they'll fire him.
I don't think they'll fire him either. I'm not saying they shouldn't. I think they need to look more toward the management in the front office and Brian Cashman. That's just my opinion. But yeah, that covers up the 2-minute drill.
So that wraps up our final segment. And I mean, if you couldn't tell, this is very brand new for us too. So we're going to try and work through this every week and try to get a more established view, structure, framework for how we're going to do this every week. But we hope if you've stuck around with us for this long, we've kind of given you an idea of what to expect each week. And I mean, like we said, we love talking about sports. We hope you guys will talk about it with us too. I mean, I think that pretty much wraps it up for this week. And you got anything to say?
Nope, I don't have anything to say. I just want to say, well, I guess I do have something to say. Like you said, this was obviously very new to us. We look forward to doing this every weekend. If you have, still watching, we appreciate you watching. Any type of support y'all give us is greatly appreciated. We, like I said, look forward to keep doing this. We can't wait to keep doing this. And anytime y'all have any feedback, please let us know, and we'll try to do our best to incorporate that into the videos. But if y'all want to see us do anything, let us know. We'd love to have any ideas, and we're really excited and looking forward to this.
We really want this to be as community driven as possible. So first, we got to build one. So we're hoping we can get a couple of people join us with this. And yeah, as we mentioned a couple of times, this is being recorded on the Tuesday of October 10th, but we're going to get this episode out on Friday. And I believe you can expect episodes every Friday. We'll be putting them out.
We're going to try every Friday.
Every Friday, we'll try our best to get an episode out every Friday. And it'll be similar to this. So if you stuck around this long, thank you very much. Support is so greatly appreciated. We can't even begin to talk about how greatly we appreciate any form of support at this point.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, you can find us on C&B Sports Pod anywhere on social media. Our pages are normally linked together. If you find one of them, it's the same logo everywhere. Like I said, any form of support, so greatly appreciated. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed. If you stuck around this long again, thank you so much. And we hope to see you next week. With that being said,
thank you for y'all support. Y'all have a great sports weekend. See y'all next week.